Jointer, Jointer. And what it does is, it prepares two pieces of wood to be joined together. Now, how many people have a wooden kitchen table? All right, do you think that they grow a gigantic tree to make big kitchen tables out of? No, they don't. They don't. So, what they do is, they take pieces of wood and they join them together. Now, how cool would it be if you had gaps at your joints so that the milk could spill through? Is that good? No. So what they do is they can run these pieces of wood through the joiner and it shaves off the edge right here, just like the surface planer does the large edge. Okay, it does the skinny side. And when you put the two together, it makes a perfect joint, no gaps. All right. So then they would take something called a biscuit joiner, probably now. They would make slots on the edge here. They would put these little things called biscuits in the slots. They would do the same thing on this one, and they would wiggle them together and glue them together and to make a bigger piece of wood, right? And then when they would glue a whole bunch of them together, and they would put them through a gigantic surface planer to make your table. All right, kind of pretty cool, huh? Okay. So that's the purpose of this machine. Now let's go through the parts of the machine. This is obviously a table, right? This is a separate table over here. This table here is a little bit higher because as we push the piece of wood through, it cuts out some of the material and it lands on this table on this side. We can't really tell by looking, but this table is just a little tiny bit higher. Maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Okay? Here are the cutters right here. There's 3 blades on this roller. I don't know if you can see it. There's one blade right here. It's very sharp. Okay? As the roller goes past, it comes up and the blade takes a chunk of the wood out. So as we pass it through, it takes a little bit of the wood off the edge. Okay? This is the fence. The fence is at 90 degrees to the table so that when we're done, our edge that we're preparing is at 90 degrees to the large edge on the side. Does that make sense? If that's true, what is this thing called? Guard. It's the guard. It keeps us from touching the blade. Now, if you watch, as I push the piece of wood through, the guard only exposes the amount of blade that's needed. Let me raise it up a little bit. And as you push it through, the guard closes at the end. Now, my fingers are too close to that blade. So, we can either use the push stick over there, or this machine actually came with these 2 paddles. They don't start hearts. Clear? Right? But one is to push it up against the fence, the other one is to push it through to keep our fingers away. Okay? Now, this machine has the ability to kick back. Alright? That means it would hit a knot or something and it would shoot the piece of wood this way. So would it be okay to stand right here while you're waiting? No. You'd probably go, boom! Because it'd come back pretty fast. Okay? Because it would just shoot that way. Actually, a table saw has the same ability. Now what happens is, some pieces of wood grow funny, and they get pressures built up inside them. And as the pressures get released as you're cutting, sometimes they can twist on you and come shooting out. So you gotta really be careful and inspect your piece of wood before you start. Okay? Yes, sir?
Did you say like you had an end to your door? Does that happen?
Yeah, that door's gone though, so that story doesn't work very well. So, this is a jointer, all right? We will probably be using the jointer at some point in time to prepare wood for one of our projects that we're gonna do, all right? So, any questions about the jointer?